My friends, this is an important update for every senior, retiree, and Social Security recipient watching right now. The Social Security Administration has just confirmed major new adjustments that will take effect in 2026, and they could raise your monthly benefit to around $2,040 per month for millions of Americans. This is part of a newly announced rule aimed at helping seniors, disabled adults, and low-income beneficiaries keep up with the rising cost of living. So, if you receive Social Security Retirement, SSI, or SSDI, stay with me all the way to the end because we're breaking down everything you need to know: who qualifies, how much you could receive, when the changes will start, and what steps you should take now to make sure you don't miss out. Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. We're here every week bringing you the latest updates about Social Security, SSI, veterans benefits, and stimulus checks, explained in simple, easy-to-understand language. It's completely free, and it helps you stay informed so you never lose a payment or miss an important change that affects your benefits. Now, let's get straight to the update that's been making headlines: the new 2026 Social Security Payment Adjustment Rule. According to new data from the Social Security Administration and reports tied to the Congressional Budget Office's cost of living projections, the average benefit could rise to approximately $2,040 per month next year. This increase reflects several major changes that are coming into play, including the new COLA, cost of living adjustment, income threshold updates, and an administrative recalculation of SSI payments under a rule that takes effect in early 2026. To understand what's happening, let's start with the big picture. Every year, Social Security benefits are adjusted based on inflation. That's what's called the COLA, or cost of living adjustment. In 2025, the COLA was modest due to lower inflation, but for 2026, early estimates suggest a much stronger increase. Many analysts now project that the 2026 COLA could be around 3.2% to 3.5%, possibly even higher, depending on energy and housing costs, through the rest of 2025. This means that seniors receiving around $1,980 per month in 2025 could see their checks increase to roughly $2,040 or more starting January 2026. But there's more than just COLA behind this story. The Social Security Administration, SSA, has also confirmed an update to the Substantial Gainful Activity, SGA, and resource limits for SSI beneficiaries, something that hasn't seen a real modernization in decades. Starting in 2026, under this new rule, individuals receiving SSI, supplemental security income, could qualify for slightly higher monthly payments thanks to the adjustment of the income and asset thresholds. For individuals, the current federal SSI benefit rate is around $943 per month, and for couples it's about $1,415 per month. With the new increase and recalculation, these amounts are expected to climb closer to $980 for individuals and $1,470 for couples. And when combined with state supplements available in certain states, like California, New York, and New Jersey, some beneficiaries could easily see monthly payments exceeding $1,500. For Social Security retirement recipients, the news is also positive. The average monthly benefit across all retirees is currently about $1,915, according to SSA data from late 2025. With the 2026 COLA and other adjustments, this average is expected to hit approximately $2,040. That's the figure everyone's talking about. And it represents an important milestone because it reflects not only the cost of living changes, but also ongoing policy efforts to protect older Americans from losing purchasing power due to inflation and healthcare costs. Now, if you're wondering whether you'll automatically receive this increase, the answer is yes. In most cases, you don't have to do anything. The SSA automatically applies the new rates to all eligible beneficiaries, including those on retirement, survivors, disability, and SSI. However, it's important to make sure your information with SSA is up to date, including your address, direct deposit details, and any income changes, because errors or outdated information could delay your payments. If you've recently moved or changed banks, updating your account information before December 2025 will ensure that your January 2026 payment reflects the correct new amount. One of the most talked about aspects of this new 2026 rule is how it affects dual beneficiaries, those who receive both Social Security and SSI. Under previous rules, increases in Social Security income often reduced SSI benefits due to income limits, but the updated policy aims to adjust how combined income is counted, providing a fairer balance so that seniors receiving both programs aren't penalized for small increases. This means that if you receive both Social Security and SSI, your combined monthly income could finally reflect the full COLA increase instead of being partially offset as it was in past years. The SSA Commissioner's Office has also emphasized that the new 2026 rule focuses on fairness and modernization. It's designed to address the outdated formulas that left many low-income seniors behind by adjusting the resource and income thresholds. The SSA hopes to include more people who were previously disqualified from SSI because they had just a little too much in savings or small retirement income. For example, the resource limit, which has remained frozen at $2,000 for individuals and $3,000 for couples since 1989, will be updated to $10,000 and $15,000 respectively beginning in 2026. That's a major shift, and it means that more seniors can now save modest emergency funds without losing their SSI eligibility. This change alone could impact millions of people across the country, especially seniors living on small fixed incomes who were afraid to save even a few $1,000s because it could cost them their SSI checks. The new rule recognizes that the cost of living in 2026 is not what it was in 1989. Groceries, rent, and medical care have all gone up dramatically. So these updates will finally give seniors more breathing room and financial security. Now, let's talk about how this connects with Medicare and Medicaid eligibility, because these programs are closely linked to SSI. When the SSI income and asset limits increase, it also indirectly expands eligibility for Medicaid, helping more seniors qualify for healthcare support. That's especially important because Medicare premiums and deductibles are also expected to rise slightly in 2026. So, by raising SSI limits and increasing Social Security payments, the government is trying to make sure seniors don't lose access to essential health coverage just because their checks go up a little. It's also worth noting that these changes come at a time when many older Americans are still struggling with high prices, limited affordable housing, and increased medical expenses. According to surveys from AARP and other senior advocacy groups, nearly 1 in 4 retirees say they've had to cut back on food or medication in the past year just to make ends meet. The new 2026 rule aims to ease that pressure by giving seniors a slightly higher base income each month and improving how benefits are calculated for those on lower incomes. Another major point of attention is payment scheduling. If you're receiving Social Security or SSI, your new 2026 payments will begin automatically with the January 2026 payment cycle. For most Social Security recipients, payments will continue to follow the standard pattern, distributed on the second, third, or fourth Wednesday of each month, depending on your birth date. SSI recipients, however, will receive their first increased payment on December 31st, 2025, since January's payment always arrives 1 business day early when the first falls on a holiday or weekend. That means the increase will effectively show up a little earlier for SSI recipients. As we move closer to 2026, there will be more detailed announcements from the Social Security Administration, including official COLA percentages, payment charts, and eligibility updates. It's crucial for seniors and caregivers to keep informed, especially if they rely on SSI, SSDI, or survivor benefits. Even a small update can make a big difference when it comes to budgeting for essentials like rent, food, or medication. And for those still working or planning to retire in 2026, the rule also brings updates to the earnings test limit, meaning retirees can earn a little more from part-time work without having their Social Security checks reduced. The new limit is expected to rise to around $23,500 per year, up from the 2025 threshold of $22,320. That's good news for anyone who's trying to supplement their income or stay active in retirement. So far, we've talked about the confirmed 2026 changes, the higher cost of living adjustment, the raised SSI resource limits, and the automatic increase that could push the average Social Security benefit to around $2,040 per month. But what does this actually mean for you in real life? Let's break it down carefully and clearly, step by step, so you know exactly how these changes will impact your payments, your eligibility, and your daily budget. To start, let's talk about who will benefit the most under the new 2026 rule. The largest group includes retirees receiving Social Security retirement benefits, especially those who've worked for at least 35 years and have an average or slightly below average income record. These individuals are expected to see the full COLA adjustment automatically added to their checks. For many, this will mean moving from around $1,980 to $2,040 per month, but for others with higher lifetime earnings, the increase could push monthly payments even higher, sometimes closer to $2,200 or more, depending on personal earnings history. Then there are the SSI recipients, who are among the lowest income seniors and disabled adults. For them, the 2026 rule is a major victory because it not only adjusts their monthly benefit amounts, but also modernizes outdated asset and income limits that have long punished seniors for saving. For example, under the old rule, if a single senior had more than $2,000 in savings, they could lose eligibility for SSI. But starting in 2026, that limit jumps to $10,000, meaning seniors can finally keep an emergency savings fund or modest nest egg without being disqualified. For married couples, that limit doubles to $15,000. This is not just a financial update, it's a dignity update. For decades, seniors have been told to live on the edge of poverty just to keep their SSI benefits. With this new change, the Social Security Administration is acknowledging the reality that seniors deserve security, not constant fear of losing help. It gives older adults more flexibility, allowing them to plan for unexpected expenses like car repairs, medical bills, or home maintenance, things that are part of real life but have been overlooked in policy until now. Next, let's look at how the $2,040 monthly figure is calculated. The Social Security Administration bases the COLA on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPIW. In simple terms, they track inflation, how much prices for everyday goods, like food, rent, and medical care, have gone up compared to last year. The higher inflation rises, the higher your Social Security adjustment will be. The 2026 figure of roughly $2,040 comes from projections that inflation will stay slightly elevated through 2025, prompting a COLA of around 3.2% to 3.5%. Here's a simple example. Let's say your current monthly benefit is $1,975. A 3.3% increase would raise your payment by about $65 per month, bringing your total to roughly $2,040. Over the course of a full year, that's nearly $780 more in your pocket. For many seniors, that extra amount can mean the difference between skipping medication or being able to buy it, between delaying a bill or paying it on time. But that's not all. There's another group who will also benefit indirectly. Those receiving SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance. These beneficiaries will see similar COLA adjustments because SSDI is tied directly to Social Security's inflation calculations. This means individuals with disabilities who depend on their monthly SSDI checks will also experience the same percentage increase in January 2026. For them, it's not just about extra money. It's about stability and protection against rising costs that make daily life harder each year. Now, let's talk about state supplements, because this is where your total monthly payment can become even higher than the federal amount. Many states, such as California, New York, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, offer additional monthly SSI supplements on top of the federal benefit. These can range anywhere from $30 to $150 per month, depending on your living arrangement and state rules. For example, a senior living alone in California could see a combined SSI payment exceeding $1,600 per month once the 2026 adjustments are in place. In New York, it could be close to $1,500, and in states like Massachusetts or Vermont, slightly less but still meaningful. So the actual amount you'll receive in 2026 could be higher than what's mentioned in national averages. It's also crucial to mention that these 2026 changes are part of a larger federal effort to modernize Social Security and SSI systems for the future. Lawmakers have been under pressure for years to update outdated income rules, remove penalties for working seniors, and make sure the benefits keep pace with modern living expenses. While this new rule doesn't solve every problem, it's a strong step in the right direction. It helps protect seniors who've worked their whole lives, veterans who rely on disability benefits, and low-income older adults who've struggled to survive on fixed payments that barely covered essentials. Another thing to keep in mind is taxation on Social Security benefits. As your monthly check increases, your taxable income might rise slightly. However, the income thresholds for taxation haven't changed in decades, and many advocacy groups are calling on Congress to adjust them in 2026. For now, if you file taxes as an individual and your total income is under $25,000 or under $32,000 for married couples, your Social Security benefits remain tax-free. But if you exceed those levels due to other income, like pensions, savings, or part-time work, a portion of your benefits may be taxable. It's important to plan ahead and, if possible, speak with a tax advisor or senior financial counselor early in the year to avoid surprises when filing your 2026 return. Let's also talk about the payment calendar for 2026, because this often causes confusion. Social Security payments are distributed according to your birth date. If your birthday falls between the 1st and 10th of the month, you're paid on the 2nd Wednesday. If it falls between the 11th and 20th, you're paid on the 3rd Wednesday. And if your birthday is between the 21st and 31st, you're paid on the 4th Wednesday. SSI payments, on the other hand, are issued on the first day of each month, unless that day falls on a weekend or holiday, in which case the payment arrives on the last business day of the previous month. So, as I mentioned earlier, your January 2026 SSI payment will arrive on December 31st, 2025, marking the first increased payment under this new rule. There's also good news for those who receive spousal or survivor benefits. These benefits are directly tied to the worker's primary insurance amount, which means any increase to the main beneficiary's payment also raises the spousal or survivor amount. So widows, widowers, and dependents will all see proportional increases in 2026, helping families maintain financial stability during tough times. Many seniors have also asked whether there will be another stimulus-style payment or one-time bonus next year. While nothing is confirmed at this time, there are ongoing discussions in Congress about additional cost of living relief for vulnerable groups, especially older adults with limited income and high housing costs. If that happens, it would be in addition to the regular monthly increase, not instead of it. As always, staying informed is the best way to ensure you never miss out on these opportunities. As we look ahead, it's clear that 2026 will be an important year for Social Security and SSI beneficiaries. These updates reflect both economic reality and the government's recognition that seniors deserve better financial protection. Higher monthly benefits, more flexible savings rules, and broader healthcare access will help millions of Americans live with more dignity and less worry. Before we close, let's take a moment to reflect on why this matters. Every year, the prices of groceries, medications, rent, and utilities rise, but for seniors living on fixed incomes, paychecks often don't keep up. This new 2026 rule, with its higher benefit levels and updated SSI limits, represents hope. It means that older Americans who've worked, served, and contributed to this country won't be forgotten. It's about ensuring that everyone, no matter their financial background, can live their later years with respect, safety, and a sense of peace. So, if you or someone you love receives Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, make sure your information is up to date. Check your mail or online My SSA account regularly, and stay alert for official letters from the Social Security Administration as the 2026 updates roll out. It's also a great time to share this information with friends, neighbors, or family members who might not be aware of the changes, especially older adults who don't use the internet often. A simple conversation could help them avoid confusion and understand their new benefits. And remember, you've earned these benefits through a lifetime of hard work, dedication, and contribution. These increases are not gifts. They're your rights. Thank you for watching and staying informed with us today. If this video helped you understand what's changing in 2026, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another update about Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and Medicare. We'll continue to bring you the latest verified information to help you plan, prepare, and protect your future. Take care of yourself, stay informed, and remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your benefits. See you in the next update.